Hey, Cowboy Nation, this is Cowboys Broad. Let's get into some football. Let's get into some football talk. Oh man, damn. It's been said that Dak Prescott has thrown down the gauntlet. He won 40 million moolah, $40 million. At least that's the word on the street. Now, do we know if there's any truth to that? Hell no, we don't. We don't know if there's any truth to that. Why we don't know if there's any truth to that, man? When we're hearing it all over the place, and we don't know if there's any truth to that. Well, the simple put, let's just look at it like this here. Uh, Let me draw your attention. Let me draw your attention right here to where it says I confirm fact reports. The Dak turned down $30 million and is instead seeking 40 million smackaroos, right? So then we go down here. So then we scroll down just a little bit. We scroll down here just a little bit. Just about 15 minutes later, sources say reports that Dallas Cowboys Dak Prescott wants $40 million is all capped false under new money standard or total value and signing analysis. False. So, true, false, hell, whether or not he wants $40 million, we don't know. Hell, people guessing. If you wasn't in the room, when you ain't in the room when it's offered, if you're not seeing the Jerry Jones or Dak's agent or Dak Prescott himself, then you probably don't fucking know. And so a lot of this is just speculation. But what we can confirm is Stephen Jones said himself that they made an offer to put all three in the top five. That would put us around $30 million. Putting Dak in the top five. Let's just say that, and the fact that Dak can't sign the damn contract would lead me to believe he don't want it. So let's just say, man, that most likely him turning down $30 million is probably true. What we don't know is what the language was, what the guarantees was, how much of that is real money compared to fluff incentive-based stuff. We just don't know what the parameters was and what kind of protections was left out that made Dak feel as though he had to walk away from it. We don't know. So there is that. But let's just talk about this $40 million figure. Well, first of all, let me just say, I don't know where the fuck they get this $40 million figure. From what I can see and what I can find, Dak is not valued at $40 million. It's not valued at $40 million at all. Now, I think it goes without saying, I'm a Dak fan. I want that to get paid. I want that to get paid what he deserves. Now, what he deserves is his fair market value, not $1 more. In my opinion. But you can make the case. You can make the case that the market was reset with Wentz, and you can make a case that Dak could come in somewhere between the contract of Carson Wentz and Russell Wilson. You can make that argument. Now, what do those contracts look like? Well, let's just look at it. Russell Wilson signed a deal for 4 years, $35 million a year for $140 million. Carson Wentz signed a deal of $128 million, $32 million a year, and of that $128 million for Carson Wentz, at least $107 million of it was guaranteed. Was guaranteed, and I think $104 million of Russell Wilson's contract was guaranteed. It was guaranteed money, so both of them $100 million men at the signing of the contracts, and I think the Dak Prescott falls in between those, right there in the middle between those two, at about $33 million. So am I paying Dak Prescott $40 million right now? No, I'm not paying Dak $40 million right now. Paying Dak $40 million a year right now. If I'm strong on in that Dak's final position, that he gets 40 million, $40 million, then I have to consider my options. And what maybe my options might be is let Dak play out this year's season. Um, Play out this year's season, franchise tag him for 2021. At the average and a franchise tag generally takes the average of the top five salaries, and meets at that range. And so if you're looking at the average of the top five salaries, um, you're looking at about 30. Right now, you're looking at about $30 million, on franchise tag. Next off season, that'll probably be about $34 million on a franchise tag. You can probably get Dak for playing that year, and then you have to move up in the draft and into the first round and get you a QB for the future. I would say that's probably your way forward if we just stuck on the $40 million number, because right now I don't understand why or how Dak can expect $40 million when clearly right here market value his market value on is projected at about 30, which strangely enough is what he was offered. I find it also interesting. I found it also interesting that they did a statistical analysis here over over a 2 year period of time. They did a statistical analysis, and Dak is trending just slightly below average of these top four players. In fact, Spot Track got a rank number six. Got a rank number six in the NFL here, number six. And so my thing, I think just in dollar figures, alone, I think $30 million is about appropriate. It's about appropriate. But I would say, in order to make that a deal closer, you would have to fully guarantee that. And I don't really think the Cowboys really want to do that, because then they don't have any say. If they give you a fully guaranteed contract, if your play diminishes and they release you, you still get paid. If you get injured on the field, you still get paid. If they decide that you cost too much on the salary cap, and they got to release you to save some money, you still get paid under a fully guaranteed type of situation. And so that leaves the organization with no recourse, out of paying you big money when they guarantee it to you, which hence is why it's called a guarantee, right? That makes sense. It's a guarantee, but one can understand why an organization would not want to go down the road of being liable for 100 plus million dollars, and not have some guarantees, or incentives to ensure that you play at the level that they purchase, the level of play or level of performance in which they purchase. So that's why guaranteed money gets a little sticky, and that's why it's so valuable, and that's why you got to know what that is, so before you know whether a player, man, was in the right or wrong. Turn down the dollar figure. If you offer Dak $30 million, and 15 million of it is guaranteed, and 15 million of it is incentive-based pay that he may never see. Then of course he turns that down. So, and on the flip side, if you offer him $30 million a year, full year deal, and he fully guaranteed, and he turns that down, then that's foolish. So in my opinion, so we had to know the specifics, which we're not privy to. We don't know. So we really have a hard time making an intelligent decision on the matter. Just looking at the dollars and cents don't really tell us a damn thing. because if money ain't guaranteed to you, there's no way of knowing whether you ever gonna see that money. Period. So uh, we just leave it. We just leave it right there. But man, Russell Wilson got similar numbers. Got similar numbers to Dak. They very comparable. They're very comparable numbers. Um, almost, almost identical. Really, with exception, Russell Wilson got a little bit better pass, got a better passer rating. But when you talk about completion percentage, Russell Wilson pass completions 63%. Dak Prescott 65%. So Dak's a little better there. Russell Wilson averaged 32 yards a game. Dak is actually 225, so that's not a huge. We talk about 7 yards a game. That's not a huge disparity there. I mean, so and Russell Wilson has this. Uh, Russell Wilson has a couple Super Bowl rings. I mean, as I stand corrected, he should have a couple Super Bowl rings. He has 2 Super Bowl appearances and he has 1 ring. But even having a Super Bowl appearance is more than Dak has. So the fact that he's had a Super Bowl appearance and he's actually won a Super Bowl, in my mind puts him at a higher price point than Dak when his numbers are similar. But on the flip side of that, Carson Wentz, Carson Wentz, I think Dak is lined up and played 100% of his games. Lined up and played 100% of his games. In many cases, outperformed Wentz. And I think that he should get at least a max contract to Carson Wentz. So I would say he falls somewhere between the $35 million range. If we going over, if we get into the $40 million price point, I have to be out on that. I don't really think we go there. We have to come up with some other options, at least in my mind. Now, people wondering why Dak Prescott not giving a hometown discount, why he not taking less money. People saying things like, "Oh, Tom Brady, man, Tom Brady is the greatest player, man, greatest player in the NFL. Why is it that Tom Brady can play for 23, and Dak Prescott, man, is obviously a lesser player, asking for 40 million." Well, first of all, I don't agree with Dak getting 40 million. I think $30 million is his value point. I wouldn't want to really pay more than 30. I wouldn't want to pay more than 34, max 35. The most I would absolutely do is 35. I would not go for Wilson's contract for Dak Prescott. At least not at this time. Now that dynamic could change. That dynamic could change if we wait. If we wait and somebody else signs, and there's another test, there's another market set that we have to go by that increases Dak's value, then maybe I could be okay with that making more money. But at this point in time, I can't give more for Russell Wilson check. Just can't do it. So, but back to what I was saying. Back to what I was saying is people want Dak to give a hometown discount, wondering why Tom Brady can play for $23 million a year, and Dak Prescott wants $40 million. People losing their mind and flipping out, man, because the value of money is so much. But it's one of those things. But it's really one of those situations to where I think in reality, Dak's agent know he ain't getting $40 million, right? So you say $40 million, and you come back to the table, and you settle in on 33, 34, and you're done with the thing. I don't really think realistically Dak's agent man really expects $40 million. There's nothing in the market that would suggest that Dak is at that value point, So and I'll just leave it right there. But Dak right now, currently, his value at $2 million. Dak's valued at $2 million. Been playing for about 600. I've been playing for about $600,000 a year for the last 3 years. Had to do a little had to do a little moonlighting. But his value is 2 million. His value is $2 million. Currently, as we speak, right now. If we get right down to it. Now you compare that. Now you compare that to somebody that's played in the NFL for 17 years, right? 17 years. And what I'm about to say is Tom Brady, he can give a hometown discount because he got plenty of money sitting in his account. You know, $2 million, $2 million, that's a lot of money to most people, a lot of money to me, but living the NFL lifestyle, valued at $2 million is not a hell of a lot of money when you think, the amount of money that goes to the NFL. And your cut of that is $2 million. That's chump change. That's pennies. That is pennies on the dollars. That is a complete rip off to Dak Prescott and the value he's brought to the NFL, the money he's made in the NFL, and the use of his likeness alone is worth more than $2 million. But in any case, uh, here was it. Here was it. And you compare that to a $17 million veteran in the NFL. Tom Brady is valued at $180 million. Tom Brady already got money in the bank. Plenty of damn money in the bank. He not going broke any damn time soon. He can become a crackhead and still have plenty of money left over. At $180 million over the course of his career he made. But I'm just talking about Tom Brady because Tom Brady is the football player. But in reality, he's also married to a superstar. His superstar wife actually, his supermodel wife actually make more than he do. His wife is worth $400 million. Between the two of them, there are $550 million. $550 million in this couple's pocket. And so can Tom Brady play for 23 million? You're absolutely right. Dak's still trying to get his bread, still trying to get his check, still trying to get his check. This is his first deal. This is his first deal. Maybe his last, with the way the NFL is using abuse QBs these days. Maybe his first and last opportunity to get some real money, and he's earned it. He's gonna get it. And not only that, you can look at it like this. Dak has been playing for $600,000 a year for the last 3 years. In reality, he's been playing at a value point, of about $20 million a year. At the very least, 15. 15 to $20 million a year. And he's increased every year of that. But he ain't seen none of that money. As far as I'm concerned, Dak Prescott over the course of a 3-year period has probably been ripped off about $50 million under the contractual obligations that stipulate these guys have to play for a capped amount of money, or a limited amount of money based on what place they were in the draft. Totally neglecting performance and increased value based on what they do on the field. Totally neglects that, and solely based on the damn draft pick and how somebody feel about you in the draft. You get the shaft of money that you probably deserve and earn. And you sit around and watch people with less talent and less production and less success reap 3, 4, 5, 10 times the amount you do. But then when it comes time to pay the man, we got some shit to say about the amount of money that he's getting. If you don't like the value, you don't like the amount of money Dak is getting, consider some of the shit retroactive pay. Money that we should have paid him over the last 3 years that we didn't pay. You know what I mean? And maybe that makes you feel better about Dak getting somewhere between $30 and $35 million. Anyway, that's all I got for you. I'm Cowboys Abroad. Thank you for watching. Thank you for tuning in. These are just my opinions, my thoughts. I'm just one Cowboy fan. Let me know what you think, what your thoughts are. And let's enjoy this thing together. I appreciate your support, and I'm out.